Hi folks, I hope you're holding up well. Hope your family is doing okay and that your business continues to prosper. Over the course of the past few videos and into the next few weeks, we've been discussing ideas on how to maintain your business, how to maintain profitability through this difficult period. My nation is in lockdown at the moment. I know that we have viewers all around the world. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are. And in our previous video, 2 days ago, we discussed how you can reconfigure your business, ways in which you can find value or change what you do in order to remain relevant and to remain valuable. Today, let's jump into a few more ideas that have to do with digital and going online. A couple of videos back, we looked at ways in which you can reconfigure your entire business, incredibly creative, radical ways in which you can offer value to the world. That video is available on my YouTube channel 2 videos back. So now let's continue. As you think about the forms of value you can offer, and you consider ways in which you might diversify, probably the most useful idea is to ask whether or not you can do it online. If you can digitize, if you can go online, you can reduce your costs and you can serve your clients in a crisis-appropriate way. So let's look at that. Here's the first thing I'd like you to do. Start by making sure that you're not making an error that we see around the world. Make sure that your website is working. One of the leading online sins, and you see it all too commonly, is simply a broken website, a site that's down or a site that doesn't function entirely and doesn't get through to you. Prior to the crisis, I was amazed at how many businesses simply didn't respond to form requests sent directly to their website. Giving away money in that fashion was inexcusable at the best of times. Right now, it's completely out of the question. So, test your site today. Firstly, go on and just see that it's up and running, and then perform a further audit. Contact a friend, a colleague, someone who works with you, and ask them to try to order from you, to actually place an order. This is the acid test. Even if your site looks good when you log onto it, the real question is, does it host a guest all the way through to a completed sale? And a quick tip while we're on it, please do make sure that you turn off automated advertising. Right now, sending out form emails with things like the top 5 holiday destinations to visit right now is a tad tone deaf. So cast a quick glance over your website and over your email banners and look for any similar inappropriate messaging and just test that everything works. All right, let's talk about opening your doors online. We have previously looked at moving your team online, and we've considered some ideas for how you might work remotely. Now let's ask whether you might host your customers online too. If you must close physical doors, could you open digital ones? Among the hardest hit industries are those that are reliant on gatherings of people. So the first question is, could you host them online instead? Provided you are seriously compelling and highly visible, the answer to that might be yes. Brant von Vest contributed some ideas to the group, and he mentions consulting to an events group, to a local gym, and to a psychologist. And he said, with the ban on public gatherings and with events being cancelled, he helped an events company to extend their services by offering to build and run online summits and events using a creative combination of Hey Summit and Zoom. You don't necessarily have to give it away for free, he points out. If what you are doing is interesting enough, you can charge for it. And with people scared to go outside and let alone to the gym, he then suggested that instructors create videos, training programs, and so forth that could be purchased, for example, through PayPal. Once the payment clears, they get a link to a download, and they can download their training package hosted on Google Drive. And the package would then come with, say, a weekly hour-long Zoom call with a fitness instructor just to boost motivation, to create some sense of a social vibe. So talking for a moment about that human aspect, right now, the funny, the touching, the emotional, the moving, the simply human can be very winning. And as you think of compelling reasons why people might interact with you online, what if you challenge them to do something deeply human? You don't necessarily have to be educating non-stop. For example, you could challenge them to post pictures. The funniest one wins. Or to share photos of their own home workout, show off your isolation body. You can always find interesting, amusing ways to tell stories, to share visuals, to get others to share visuals, and to keep visitors returning for more. The more deeply human, the more effective it tends to be. In my own book, Own Your Industry, How to Position Yourself as an Expert, and on these videos, I point out that compelling experts exist at the intersection of 3 qualities. I always preach this one. It's knowledge, personality,
and publicity. The personality factor encompasses all of the quirky, dramatic, funny, emotional, moving, entertaining, human aspects of what you do. And those things are often the key to your success. So, as you create an online brand, don't stop at functional professionalism. You can and you should add personality. Our next tip in terms of going online. When you switch to digital, it implies that you have to start thinking and speaking visually. Great video content and fascinating photos perform really well online. At the simplest level, try just to show a lot of human faces in your photos. There is a lot of psychology behind the idea that people like to look at people's faces. This is why on magazine racks, almost all of the magazines will have an enlarged photo of a human face. Now, at a higher level, could it be worth doing an online course on perhaps editing or watching a few YouTube clips on how to create great videos? You might even take it to the next level and make something of an art form of it and do a course like Adobe Photography Photo Editing, one of their masterclasses. All of the entertaining, the useful, the informative content that you create can be published on the traditional channels online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. And it's worth noting that Instagram, which is driven primarily by visuals, is performing extremely well at the moment. So make sure that you get onto Instagram as well if you haven't. Now, next point, because interconnectedness is key to this, you do need to join other groups as well. Given that you want people to join in on your online conversations, to participate, to share your content, and ultimately to go to your website, it's important that they know about you. That means that you need to be part of other people's groups, and they're popping up everywhere at record speed. Many even actually invite you to actively advertise your services during the crisis, and you can seek those out. In my own world of professional speaking, an international media coach and author and speaker by the name of Alan Stevens of London launched a global online group and a corresponding live virtual seminar helping speakers to master the skills of online presenting. And at the same time, a US group called eSpeakers sent out a newsletter encouraging speakers just to let the world know that they can present online. So being part of initiatives that are part of your industry is useful. Look for the industry-specific ones. Look for like-minded vendors. Chambers of commerce and industry are doing this all over the show as well. Now, let's talk about retail. Retail can go online as well. Many brick-and-mortar retailers are closed or struggling. Online orders are the most obvious solution to this problem. Online shopping was already on an upswing prior to the crisis, and I think this is going to radically accelerate that reality. The research shows that if you're able to make your payment and delivery services smoother, quicker, easier, this pushes up spending. Now, that's so important, I'm going to repeat it. If you're able to make your payment and delivery services smoother and easier, people buy more from you. There's something visceral to this one as well. Yes, the online experience should work smoothly, but it also needs to look good. Now, it might seem initially irrelevant to someone setting it up. You're thinking very functionally. But it provides quality and dependability cues for your shoppers. And make no mistake, they are definitely influenced by emotional factors. Just think of it in the same way you would think of a physical store. We tend to trust the beautifully lit premium retailer much more than we do the tacky vendor stand with harsh free-hanging light bulbs. The next question becomes, how will they take delivery? So beyond that, it's worth thinking creatively about how customers actually receive your goods. And of course, the question here is, are you in lockdown in your nation right now or not? So if you're able to do this, do you want them to place orders and then collect? As, for instance, in a drive-thru? Even in certain nations around the world where you're in lockdown, a drive-thru could be a solution to that one. If so, make a point of assuring them of their safety. For example, you could have any staff there wearing gloves, or if it's you, wear gloves, offer hand sanitizer, hand over sealed packages, and moreover, make a point of saying that you do so in your marketing. That message, just saying that, could be the difference between a hesitant customer and one who actually places an order. Or if you're able to, you might actually deliver. Delivery solves so many problems for buyers that it's arguably your best friend right now. And more than just brick and mortar, sales can go online too. If much of what you do online requires access to key individuals, for example, for a sales team, there is no better friend available to you than LinkedIn Premium. It's the paid version, and I think it's worth it. This paid platform is an astonishingly effective way of reaching just about anyone, just about anywhere. Next idea, yours is not the only website and yours need not be the only delivery option. If you haven't already done so, register for online portals that help to list, to advertise, and to sell your products. In the UK, that might be Whistle or Parcel Monkey or DHL. In my nation, for example, it might be Takealot, it might be Yuppie Chef. There are all manner of different examples. So small businesses are often overwhelmed with the day-to-day running of their business, and they don't get to things that actually grow the business. And deliveries are a particularly difficult one if you haven't been doing them. Now's the time to get around to registering for that online selling option. My friend and South African media personality Roland Gaspar gives some advice. He says, it's time for your fine dining restaurant to join the fries of chicken on the food delivery apps. It's time for your quirky t-shirt design business to advertise online now that you can't travel around to festivals. Make some clever quarantine or COVID-19 humorous t-shirts. People might not be able to wear them out, but they will wear them on Instagram. They'll post the photos. So there's no reason you can't sell if you're thinking that way, and if you're advising your customers to think that way. So you can, in fact, teach your market to need you in different ways. So those are a few thoughts in terms of opening your digital doors and making sure that people continue to patronize your business. Remember to think in terms of clean functionality, the ability to sell easily, because that leads to upselling. It's measurable, but also in terms of the personality of the brand. Why would they want to come to you? Why would they want to be a part of what you're doing? And that needn't necessarily be a hard sell. It's more about aggregating tribes of people who want amusement, who want guidance, who want to be a part of your world. Think as an aggregator of tribes rather than a vendor of a product. And as far as you can do, teach your market how to need you, how to use you, and how to buy from you under changed circumstances. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If the videos are helping you, please share them as broadly as possible until the book comes out and we're able to get the ideas out in print. And please hit the notifications bell on this channel so that you are notified when new videos come up. That's every weekday. Stay strong and be blessed.
If you're enjoying these daily videos on how to position yourself as an expert, do remember that you can go a step further now. The book Own Your Industry, How to Position Yourself as an Expert is now available as a course. It comes with video inserts, quizzes, and it helps you to implement these ideas into your world. Visit futureselfacademy.com and sign up for Own Your Industry, the course.